What percentage of the students scored at most 5 marks? These are the marks and frequency from the same diagram we used to solve number 30. Check out the previous video if you haven't seen it yet. Okay, the total number of students is 53. This is the sum of all 8 frequencies. Scoring at most 5 marks is the same as scoring 5 marks or below. So, the number of students that scored 5 and below is 31. Divide this number by the total number of students and the percentage is 58.5%. Option A. How many students scored at least 3 marks? Scoring at least 3 marks is the same as scoring 3 or above. Instead of adding these numbers, simply subtract the number of students that scored below 3 from the total number of students. 53 minus 9 is 44, and that is the answer. Factorize completely. X squared minus y plus z all squared. The difference between two squares is the sum of their roots times the difference between their roots. So, replace a with x and replace b with y plus z. And this is equal to x plus y plus z times x minus y minus z. Option B. An equilateral triangle has a side of 2 centimeters. Calculate the height of the triangle. The triangle has already been divided in two, so we'll just focus on one of the right-angled triangles. Using Pythagoras' theorem, C is the longest side of the right-angled triangle, or the hypotenuse, while A and B are the other two sides, H and 1. 1 raised to the power of any number is still 1, so subtract 1 from both sides. 4 minus 1 is 3, so H is equal to the square root of 3. Mrs. Kebe stands at a distance of 110 meters away from a building of vertical height 58 meters. If Kebe is 2 meters tall, find the angle of elevation of the top of the building from her eye. So this is what we are dealing with, where x is the angle of elevation. The distance from the top of her head to the top of the building is 56 meters. 56 meters is opposite angle x, while 110 meters is adjacent angle x. The tangent of an angle is equal to the opposite side over the adjacent side. So tangent x is equal to this, which is roughly 0.5091. The inverse tangent of this number is roughly 27. Therefore, the angle of elevation is 27 degrees. Consider the statements P and Q. Write in symbolic for the statement. If Sia is from Foya, then Foya is in Lofa. This is statement P and this is statement Q. This means that if P is true, then Q is true. And this can be written like this. Option C. Write the name of a triangle with these vertices. Vertices are the corners of the shape. If you plot these points on a graph, it will look roughly like this. We need to calculate the length of each side of the triangle in order to know what type of triangle it is. Let's start by calculating the change in x and y from A to B. 6 minus 1 is 5 and 2 minus minus 3 or 2 plus 3 is also 5. Using Pythagoras' theorem, the hypotenuse, which is line AB, is equal to the square root of 5 squared plus 5 squared, which is equal to the square root of 50. The change in x and y from B to C is minus 6 and 2. So line BC is equal to the square root of 40. Finally, the change in x and y from point C to point A is 1 and minus 7. So line AC is equal to the square root of 50. Line AB is equal to line AC, and a triangle with two equal sides is an isosceles triangle. Option B. The price of a shoe was decreased by 22%. If the new price is $27.3, what is the original price? Let the original price be X. Decreasing the price by 22% is subtracting 22% from 100% of the price, which is 78%. Multiply both sides of the equation by the reciprocal of 78 over 100. And the original price is $35. Option D. In the diagram, line NR is a diameter. Angle MNR is X and angle SRN is 5x plus 20. Find the value of 2x. Angle SRN plus angle NRM is equal to 180 degrees, which is the angle on a straight line. Subtract 5x and 20 from both sides, and angle NRM is equal to 160 minus 5x. Angle RMN is 90 degrees because the angle from both sides of the diameter to any point on the circumference is always 90 degrees. Finally, the sum of all the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. 160 plus 90 is 250, and minus 5x plus x is minus 4x. Add 4x to both sides and subtract 180. 4x is equal to 70 degrees. Remember, we are looking for the value of 2x, not x. So, divide both sides by 2 and 2x is equal to 35 degrees. Solve this equation. Adding two logarithms with the same base is the same as multiplying their numbers. The logarithm to the base 3 of this number is 2. This means that 3 raised to the power of 2 is the number. X times x is x squared, and x times minus 8 is minus 8x. Subtract 9 from both sides. Now that we have 0 at the right side, we can solve this quadratic equation with the factorization method. 1 minus 9 is minus 8, and 1 times minus 9 is minus 9. So this can be written like this. Either x plus 1 or x minus 9 is equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 1 or 9. The number in a logarithm cannot be negative. So x is only equal to 9 in this case.